we test a considerable measure of extravagant, entangled autos here at Autoblog. A large portion of the autos that come in are high trim with however many choices as could be expected under the circumstances. That is the reason it was fairly reviving when Hyundai sent us its new Accent in the most fundamental conceivable frame, the Accent SE. It's the base of the Accent line beginning at $15,880. There are no alternatives accessible when building one out on Hyundai's site, and as per the window sticker, the main additional to it was an arrangement of covered floor mats. The main potential issue with such an essential auto is, to the point that there's nothing to compensate for a poor driving knowledge. Gratefully, that is not the situation with the Accent. It's a solidish team that offers an agreeable and even some of the time fun driving knowledge. It even gives simply enough highlights to not feel like an aggregate punishment box. Outside, inside and highlights. Being the SE trim level, our Accent was very unadorned. It had steel wheels with plastic wheel covers, no mist lights, not all that much. In spite of that, it wasn't an awful looking easily overlooked detail, brandishing marginally contracted Elantra looks that aren't too far out of extent. Engaging this manager was the manual transmission, which is just accessible on this stripped down trim. The inside feels about as fundamental and shoddy as the outside, and is effortlessly one of the weakest purposes of the little auto. The dash and entryway boards look just as they were formed as one unit from the same hard dark plastic. There are just a few light dark trim pieces to shield it from looking excessively hopeless, yet it feels like a to some degree pitiful endeavor. Fortunately Hyundai doesn't totally punish you for picking the base trim level. Despite everything you get the necessities, for example, voyage control, control windows and locks, air heating and cooling, USB and Bluetooth network, 6-way flexible seats, and even slope begin help and back view camera. In the Accent's cousin, the Kia Rio, you pass up a great opportunity for the voyage control and power windows and locks. Yet, in the Rio's support is a much more beautiful outline that shows modest materials don't need to be dreary and dull. All the Accent's controls can rest easy and are natural, however, which is something fancier autos can't regularly say. Motor, transmission, ride and taking care of. Where the Accent misses the mark in visual impressions, it compensates for them on the drive. Most amazing is the auto's ride quality. We're at the pinnacle of southeastern Michigan pothole season, and the Accent took care of it easily. It traveled directly finished knocks without bumping, shivering or vibrating. And keeping in mind that insightfully dousing up knocks, the body remained enduring and controlled with no kind of buoy. There isn't much punishment concerning taking care of, either. Body fit is minor, and the auto doesn't get squirrely finished mid-corner knocks. The cut-off points do come up quick however on its little 185/65 R15 tires, and the front doesn't feel particularly anxious to hand over. Another solid point is the Hyundai powertrain. It has just a 130 drive 1.6-liter 4-barrel, however combined with the 6-speed manual, it's punchy enough to flash through city activity and hustle up entrance ramps in sensible time. The motor itself is a bit buzzy, yet middle of the road, and it gives 28 miles per gallon in the city and 37 on the expressway with the manual. The program adds another mpg to the interstate number for 38. The manual shifter is a lovely astonishment. It's smooth, light and exact. Combined with very much foot pedals, a firm informative brake pedal, and a responsive throttle, it was anything but difficult to do some foot rear area and toe moving and really have a decent measure of fun driving this little auto. The main setback was the directing, which was normal, best case scenario. It's weighted fine, yet it's unresponsive and somewhat loose, so it's difficult to know where the front tires are indicating and what they're up. There's just extremely one other protestation I have with the Accent, and that is the clamor. Notwithstanding the to some degree buzzy motor, wind commotion comes through unmistakably at fast, with some articulated shrieking around the columns and mirror. Be that as it may, the most exceedingly awful is the street and tire commotion, particularly finished knocks. It's exceptionally boomy when ricocheting off them. So you'll presumably need to keep the stereo turned up. Estimating is one last preferred standpoint for the Accent. Its trade cost of just shy of $16,000, including gold charge, is less expensive than a likewise prepared Ford Fiesta, Chevy Sonic, Honda Fit, Toyota Yaris or Nissan Versa Note. The same goes for program-prepared renditions of those different autos, yet the Hyundai slips over the $16,000 check there. The Mitsubishi Mirage and Nissan Versa vehicle can assert better valuing, but on the other hand they're much more regrettable autos. In any case, on the off chance that you need a manual transmission and more highlights, the opposition pulls ahead since numerous don't attach the adhere to the most reduced level auto. Hatchback fans will likewise need to look somewhere else, since the Accent has lost its incubate alternative. All things considered, however, the Accent shows a strong bundle that will do all that you require it to do while conveying a wonderful, some of the time fun, driving knowledge without costing much cash. To analyze the Accent in different vehicles at its value point, look at Autoblog's auto correlation apparatus. Also, here are our exhibitions of best autos costing $15,000 and $20,000.